And we're live. Welcome. Let's see, everything's running right. Thanks for everyone joining us on Play or Pass. Thanks to everyone on the panel. Alvin, thank you for coming and getting everything organized. Man's been on point all day.
Yeah, I try.
Oh, you do a kick-ass job. We got Andrew over there.
Hello. That intro felt like it was going on forever.
Hey, you thought it was
the right
Friday
one
night.
this time?
I think so. Said the 26th. What's up, Eddie? He putting his hearing aids together there.
Playing with Legos or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, he's trying to get his headset.
Making all that
He had
noise.
all this time in the
Yeah,
pre-show
I
to
told
get
you.
ready.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
hey,
he's
Eddie.
ready.
Hi, how's y'all doing?
Doing well, doing well.
All right.
The Beach, thank you for hanging with us.
Yep.
And Roger
Yep,
got
getting
us.
ready for round 2 of the snow.
Yeah,
Oh man.
coming this weekend.
Oh,
I saw that.
I don't know what it is with New York. Why I'm so lucky.
Well, I'll send you some, Alvin. It's on its way.
So let's see. So we got so Heels hanging in the chat. Thank you for hanging with us, bud. Red is with us today. Octavia, Miss Octavia, thank you for joining us. Miss Patty's with us also. Thank you, Patty. Motorman hanging with us over in the side chat. So we got lots of Guy on the couch is hanging with us. So we got a few people over in the side chat. And again, this show we focus on 2 movies. We'll talk about 2 movies and we'll give our thoughts to you. We also welcome you during our comments for you to post over there on the right hand side your thoughts about the movie. And then at the end, we'll do a vote. Would you give this a play or a pass? So we'll do that. We also will put a link in for people to join if people want to jump on the show. We welcome anybody to come on the show and to talk about what they thought of the movie. So one of the first things we'll discuss is, let me share, we've got to take a look at the movies for next week, right? Because next week is the throwback week, right?
Yeah.
So we got a few movies for our throwback week, which means
There was actually 2 choices. Because I didn't know if we were going to do 2 movies again. That's why you had 2 choices.
I only chose once.
You only
I only
voted
chose
once.
one.
Well, it said right there, you know.
Yes, it did.
Vote.
I did choose. I saw both the polls and I voted in both of them.
All right, I'll have to. All right, I'll while when someone else is talking.
Because
I'll jump in and vote.
I kept the app open on my phone while all the things were getting posted one after the other because my phone just kept going bing, bing, bing. I was like, I'll just wait until he's finished.
So one of the options is Airplane, 1980. So, and these are throwback movies. So these are going to be some movies from the past. So you got Airplane, which is a classic. Brewster's Millions, Richard Pryor, another classic. We've got Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, which we've had a lot of people talk about. 2020 and 2021 felt like Groundhog Day. It felt like the same shit over and over. Classic movie. Just Mercy. Huh?
Next week, our movie show is on Groundhog Day. Or the following.
Oh, wow.
In February falls on Groundhog Day. It's not the next one, the one after.
Okay.
The one after.
And another option, which is 2019, so it's not that far back. Just Mercy. Mean Machine, and I'd never heard of this one. Is this a British? Is this a British movie?
It's
the British knockoff of The Longest
Vinnie Jones.
Yard.
Okay, because I saw Lock, Stock, and Barrel, or Lock,
because
Stock.
Vinnie Jones is like an ex-soccer player, isn't he? So it's like one of his first movies, I think, when he went into acting.
Okay.
I know him best from his time in Celebrity Big Brother, UK.
I know him best for playing for Wimbledon Football Club.
Back when Jason Statham still had hair in that movie.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ray Donovan is one of the other options, which that's one of the newer movies, so it's an option.
Yeah, but it was from the previous week.
Right.
I think I didn't want to let it go by the wayside.
Yeah, because a lot of people like.
Do you guys think that somebody that hasn't watched the TV show could jump in and enjoy that movie? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I didn't watch it yet. I
you haven't
watched
watched
Ray
it yet?
Donovan. I didn't watch the movie yet.
Okay.
I was waiting to see when I'm going to be ready to watch it. You know.
All right, because I haven't watched the TV show, so
Oh yeah.
Oh, you.
Well, then
No.
good, Todd. Watch it and see if you can understand what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's one of the other options. Stripes is another option for next week. Another Bill Murray movie, classic. We Were Soldiers. This is Mel Gibson, classic movie. So we've got, if you're on our Telegram, Telegram room, you're able to vote, and you'll be able to vote for 2 movies. And by the end of the show, we'll have 2 of these movies picked, or one of these movies. I'm not sure. We'll see what the panel says about if it's going to be 2 movies or 1 movie, right? Because I mean, did we decide? So we'll take a look at that. So those are the options for next week. Let's start with Eternals, which was one of the movies for this week. Hold on a second. Let me grab the banner so we have that going. And so, what was everybody's thoughts on Eternals? This was highly touted, and everybody was waiting for this movie to come out. Disney and Marvel. So, what was everybody's thoughts?
I like the
Hold on a
movie.
second.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm the
watched
kind
it
of guy
twice
that
now.
you can't have too much Marvel.
Yeah, I'm a big Marvel fan, as everybody probably already knows. So I've watched this one twice now because I had already seen it, and then obviously I watched it again. I haven't actually watched the other movie twice, Ghostbusters, but I feel like I needed to watch this one twice because of how long it is, and because there's so much to take in. You're not going to get it the first time, which is why I think maybe it hasn't gotten his best review. I think it's the first Marvel movie that got like a Rotten Tomatoes thing.
And I don't understand it.
I don't either. I think it's quite good, but I think someone I watched the video of someone reviewing it, and they made a good point. They said it felt a little bit like a DC movie, which it kind of feels more like a DC movie than it does like a Marvel movie.
I can see that.
But I don't know if that's because some of the characters are like similar to DC superheroes, you know what I mean?
The Eternals is one of the comics that I did not read growing up, so I really didn't have much exposure to it. And after I watched the movie, I was like, God dang, those characters are so similar. So I did a little research, and the guy that wrote Eternals, they pirated him from DC. He's a DC writer, so he comes over from DC and just brings their properties, changes Superman just enough to get by copyright, you know. Changes the Flash just enough to get by copyright. So that's why I felt so DC.
I mean, wait, they do mention Batman and Superman in the movies.
Yeah.
And I think you're right, Andrew. I was the same way. The first time I watched it, even Blue, I mean, who is a Marvel nut, at the end of that movie, her and I both looked at each other like, I don't know. I didn't hate it, but I was like, I don't love this, and I couldn't figure out why. But going back, and again, me and Roger watched it the other day together, and I liked it more. But to me, there's something missing in this movie. I don't know if it's that I was very confused on the characters, and I'm trying to catch up with who's who, and I felt like there was parts of it that were not edited well enough to keep transitions smooth.
Yeah, I think it comes down to like a couple of things. Like one, there's a lot of a lot of superheroes in the Eternals. Like, what was it, like 9 people or something, or 10 people? It's 10, isn't it? Yeah. So it's a lot of, and they've all got like really, like what do you call them, like ancient type character names, like Icarus and things like that. So it's hard to remember. Yeah. So it's hard to remember them and then remember who's who. But on the second watch, you do get like a better idea because obviously you got a little bit of familiarity. But just watching it the first time, it's hard to keep up with all the different characters. But I think the other thing as well with this movie, it's introducing a lot of Marvel superheroes that aren't as well known as like Avengers and all the ones that we've seen so far.
Yep.
Mhm.
I think
So that's
this
why I
movie.
think like it kind of like gives that a. Oh, sorry, Roger. Go on.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize too, Andrew. I think that this movie would have benefited from having the 8-hour or 10-hour Hawkeye treatment to introduce all the characters. Unfortunately, they're all major motion picture stars, and you're not going to get Angelina Jolie to say yes to do a TV project. You know, what that boils down to, I think.
No.
Had they had time to properly introduce all 10 of the characters, I think this movie would, the second movie, had they done the long form to introduce, and then the second movie in theaters, it would have be a blockbuster movie,
Right.
honestly, because there's just
Mhm.
such a good story.
Yeah, it
Well,
was.
I was waiting after the fight with the first Deviant when Kit Harington and Richard Madden come up. I was waiting for Kit Harington to call him King of the North.
Winter's coming.
Yeah, being a Game of Thrones fan, seeing those two on screen together, you know, being a Game of Thrones fan, I was just waiting for him to call him King of the North.
I don't know. I felt
Yeah, it was
one of
a-
the things that I said to Roger that I did like as the Deviant was absorbing people, he changed a little bit, and I did like that morphing aspect of it, that he was evolving as he absorbed the people. But I just felt like there was that Marvel, some of the jokes, you know, that lightheartedness, like when they're at the table and he says, "Who's going to run them? Who's going to run the X-Men or the Avengers?" He's like, "Well, I'll do it," and they all laugh. But there was numerous places they placed jokes that were good, but I felt like the jokes were they were very small. They weren't like not as good as I normally hear in a Marvel. When you think of some of the Marvel where you're like, that's really funny.
Now,
There
to
was
me,
just something missing.
the funniest thing in the whole movie was the valet, Karen,
Yeah.
who was filming all the stuff.
Yeah.
The Indian guy.
Yeah.
His character just cracked me up. They kept destroying his cameras, but he always had another one, and
Pull another one out.
He kills it. He goes, "Did you get that on film?" "I got it, boss."
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, a lot of this reminded me of Silver Surfer. You remember when that first Silver Surfer movie came out, and it was like, you know, we're getting into the, oh well, this is really like a new character that we really don't know much about or anything about him, but he's got so much power. And I felt the same way with this. And I'm sorry I only watched it once. I do need to watch it a second time because I know there's a lot more I can get out of the movie. I really liked it though. You know, to that whole world forge of I thought it was I thought it was really good. Um, but there were a lot of little holes, but I couldn't say that, oh well, because of that I'm gonna knock the movie. There's nothing about it I can knock about it because I thought it was a great story, and I wanted more as long as it was over 2.5 hours. I was like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to wait for part two.
We'll
if they
see.
do something.
We'll see.
Can I just point out?
We'll
That's
see.
the thing. If they decide to go ahead and make it, I know initially they had planned on making another one, but right now they haven't announced if there's going to be filming.
Well,
go ahead,
I mean,
Andrew.
Right.
I mean, it
Andrew,
just
go ahead.
it says that it does the thing at the end where it says that Eternals will return, but it doesn't. I mean, that doesn't mean it's going to be in another.
Very good.
Like, I mean, there probably will be another Eternals movie. I think they'll be back in one of like Thor or Guardians of the Galaxy or 3 or something like that. But I think they will. And then I think like in 2025 or something, that'll be another Eternals. Well, what I was going to say was, like one of the like little plot holes in the movie that kind of like I just still can't get my head around is when uh, the Kit Harington's character is asking Cersei why they didn't get involved with like Thanos, and she's like, "Oh, we're not allowed to get involved in like any like conflict." But and I understood the reasons because they're not allowed to involve in themselves in the evolution of the human race and stuff like that. They've got to let them involve. That's part of their mission. But this kind of like the thing Thanos did was kind of directly affecting them because their mission was to get the population to a certain point to that the celestial then is born through the planet. But Thanos's mission was to wipe out half of the entire universe. So like that would set their mission back, wouldn't it? So you would think they would get involved there.
Mm-hmm.
So like there was like a fan theory thing that I had like read up on, which was like Thanos because you know in like the end credit scenes like Harry Styles' character comes in, which by the way it's just mad that Harry Styles is in the friggin' Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
How Harry Styles' character comes in and he's Thanos' brother.
Yep.
So apparently the reason they don't look like each other is because Thanos has got like deviant genes, so that's why he looks different. And like Thanos' brother has got his own little sphere thing, so he's obviously in contact with a different celestial and not like the one that's in this movie. He must be in contact with the one that's in charge of like whatever planet their Titan or whatever planet he was in. So like it's where was I going? I got lost talking about the Harry Styles. I was just getting off track there, talking about Harry Styles. I think like Thanos is it kind of makes like Thanos' plan of like wiping out half of the population was like a good idea because then it stops the planets from like birthing these celestials and being exploded. So it kind of makes like Thanos' whole thing being like actually he was doing a good thing. He was
it was only half the planet. He was only killing half the planet.
Yeah, so I know like a lot of people didn't like that because it's like no, it totally like I think people were saying I read like a couple of reviews. People were saying like it kind of undermines Thanos' whole story and arc of what happened with like the Avengers and stuff because.
Well, I disagree because he's half deviant, you know, so he wants to stop the emergence, you know. I think it plays into the storyline.
Well, true. I suppose when you look at it that way.
I didn't really get into this because this is not my type of movie, Marvel movies and DC movies. But what I really like about these superheroes, I like the cinematography. I like the costumes are out of the world. But in this movie, what I found was too many characters to follow at the same time.
Yeah. Well, like learn them all.
Yeah, I got lost. Yeah. I got lost for a while.
It was a lot to learn.
And the music, well, the music score wasn't that big anyway. But
and Pink Floyd, come on, Ed.
The very first one was good.
Yep. Yeah. But no, all in all, for me, I don't know. I give it a play or a pass. You know.
Yeah, it's, and I think your point about the too many characters, and Roger said it. Maybe if this would have done well to be a TV series, but again, Roger point. You're talking big stars willing to dedicate a lot of time, and most of them would not. Because if you look at Angela Jolie's role was not humongous in this. No. So there was so many aspects, like her having those mind slips. I don't know. I didn't. Did that need to be? I don't know. Did that need to be part of it? Because to me, it was distracting. Because I'm like,
it would have had to explain somehow.
I think
why she would be going crazy.
I think it was important.
So I mean, I think it was important because it explained she was remembering in the past that they have destroyed other worlds before.
Yeah.
I found that this movie it had so many characters, but they didn't have. My own personal feeling, you didn't have enough time to develop each character.
No.
It was like jumping from one to another. But they had took one character, like the main character, and really developed him a little bit more. Maybe you would have helped out a lot.
And we've talked about that in the past on other movies. You got to have that character. You got to link or connect to some certain characters, being through the writing. Number one, the screenplay's got to be good, and directing, the acting. But you got to be able to pull you in, and you're right. There's so many characters. It's hard to get pulled into certain characters and care about them and say I really like them. I saw Patty said something about Cersei. Cersei was probably the most developed character in all of the movie. So maybe that's why you'd have a connection to her. But the rest of them, I like. What was it, Pixie or Pippi or Pipkin? Sprite. And Roger and I both mentioned we liked Sprite the way that how that character created folklore, because that told stories of how Icarus lost his wings. It told the story. And remember when he was doing the fireworks and people in Babylon were watching. I like that. I thought that is really cool. But it was such a small little bit, it because they had to do so many other things. And I saw just to touch point, we talked about the money. So it basically doubled its money. Budget was $200 million. It's made $400 million. So roughly. So they've doubled their money, but I think they're going to struggle trying to pull those big actors and actresses back.
No, they're 100% not. I guarantee you, all these actors have signed like a movie deal.
Multi-movie?
It would have been well, and not just. I mean, I don't just mean like in like Eternal movies. I mean like to be in different Marvel movies.
Yeah, I can see like cameos.
I think that's something that Marvel and Kevin Feige and all that probably do is with that, when they sign actors on, they don't just sign them on for one movie. They sign them on for like multiple movie deals, which is I think kind of is what Hollywood does these days anyway. Especially when you're doing major motion pictures like what Marvel does. You can't just have somebody. It would just ruin it, really, wouldn't it? If you're like. If you're signing on an actor for one movie deal and it's like a big character that is involved in major storylines in different movies or with different characters, like Thor, for example, you just like
it worked with Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man
had 3 of them.
But Spider-Man, that's different because that's like that's 3 different studios. And also, that was like over like a big period of time where this changed the Spider-Man like characters, and that kind of works. But I mean, it's okay when it's like if a James Bond or a Spider-Man or a Superman or even Batman. You kind of expect those characters to be played by different actors over time.
Yeah.
But like when it's going to be movies that are spread out over just like 5 years, for example, you kind of expect it to be the same actor playing the same character, and you wouldn't get into it if it was somebody different. Like that's why I don't think they'll bring back Iron Man, and because Robert Downey Jr. doesn't want to do any more Iron Man. And
you know what they're getting,
it would be
right?
100% wrong. It would be horrible if they brought somebody, unless they do something with like the Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange, where they have like a variant where there's been I don't know if anyone knows, but there's been like talk of Tom Cruise.
Did you hear what they said? Yeah, Tom Cruise is going to be playing.
Yeah, Tom Cruise playing the variant of Iron Man. I mean, if they got a variant and the actor pulled it off really well, then maybe they will. Maybe would.
I have a problem with Tony Stark being 5'6".
Whoa, what's wrong with that?
I've got a problem with Tom Cruise being.
That's what I was saying there.
I just
what the hell?
I just hope it's a really short cameo.
They did ask me if I would fill in for Iron Man. I said I was busy. Just saying, I was busy. They asked me. So all right, so we got not to be rushing.
They were thinking about crossing over into they were thinking about crossing over into Harry Potter, and they were going to get me to play Voldemort, but I turned it down.
Oh,
You turn that down too. All right, so let's because since we got a second movie, we got
Yeah.
this. We used to do just one movie, but this week we're doing two movies, so we're kind of having to be along there. So let's give ourselves like about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll run through everybody kind of final thoughts on Eternals. So what were your thoughts? Would you recommend it or not? If would be a play or pass. So we'll run through the people, give a little snippet of it, what you thought, and then play or pass. We'll start with Eddie down at the bottom.
For me, I give it a pass just because of cinematography and the costumes, but the story wise, I didn't really get into it. So I got
Was that a pass or a play?
I play.
A play. Okay. All right. DeBeach, any final thoughts on this on Eternals?
Well, since after getting the bad reviews and everything, I'm the new character in Eternals. They call me Dickarus. Call me Big D. Yeah, I'll give it a play. And I hope they make the second one because I want to see where the story goes.
Okay. Roger, play or pass?
It was a definite play for me, and I don't think there's any worry that there won't be a second movie. There's going to be a second, a third, maybe in a fourth. They're going to appear in Guardians of the Galaxy. They're going to appear in Thor movies. They're going to appear in the new Avengers when the new Avengers finally gets assembled. They're in the MCU for here on out. So,
okay,
like them or love them, you're going to see more of them.
All right. What about you, Andrew?
Oh, yeah, it's a play. I will say though, if you're not big into Marvel, like Eddie, for example, and you haven't really seen many Marvel movies, it's not the one to jump straight into.
No.
Yeah.
Get yourself Disney Plus and get on there and watch from Iron Man onwards. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll know whether you're going to get into these types of movies or not.
Yeah. All right. Good point. Thank you. Alban, what's your thoughts on this?
I'm a play, but just like how I always say about with this whole MCU thing, and here I thought we're just going to be another movie that was going to be separate from all that other stuff, and it's still all going to be tweaked together. Where you have to watch you have to watch Doctor Strange to be able to understand why this character did this. I just wished it wasn't like that, to force people to have to watch these other movies, but it's definitely a play.
Okay.
I went in, it like just like how Andrew said, you really need to watch, the whole MCU to really understand everything. But I think that's a lot of work, especially for someone who won't even watch Scarface.
You could watch it. You could watch it and get into it just watching it on a standalone. But you could get into it that way. But I mean, to understand the whole idea of what's going on and stuff like,
it's a lot. It's a lot, though. You have to admit it's a lot.
But I think with go ahead, Roger.
I forgot. I wanted to tell everybody that little piece of trivia that I told you while we were watching the movie, Todd. In the comic books, later when the Avengers finally reassemble, they end up being their new headquarters is in the head of a emerging celestial. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to end up in that head as the Avengers base.
Yeah, because I said to you, what's that big old head and hand in the middle of the ocean? It's like, all right, what are we gonna do with this out here? So, some of my points out. What I was gonna say is, I think that. All right, so you don't always have to watch all the Marvel movies to understand Marvel. There's little bits of jokes and inside things that you won't get if you've not watched previous stuff. But you're not locked into it. This movie, of course, is its own. You can watch this and not have watched any Marvel because there's the small parts in it. It doesn't really play a major impact to this. What I will say is, I struggled with it, and at the end of the first time watching it, I was kind of like, ah. Second time watching, I'm like, okay, I liked some of the aspects of it more, but introducing 10 characters at the same time was a struggle, and I think that's where part of this messed up. I used an example of Marvel with Endgame and all of that stuff. Now that had characters from everywhere. You're talking 20 characters. Why did that do well is because we already knew the story of each of those characters, so we cared about each of them. They didn't have to play a major part to understand where they impacted that movie. This being that you didn't know any of them and they're trying to give you stories of each one, I think it was too much to try to digest. So I think that's why it kind of missed it. I'm gonna give it a pass, and the only reason is that I enjoyed it enough the second time. But would I recommend this to somebody? There's a lot of people I wouldn't recommend this to. So it really depends on the person. Some people that are thinkers and into this kind of nerd stuff, sure, they would probably get into it. But the other half of my friends that don't get into that, they're not going to get it. So I'm going to give it a pass for me, because I can't recommend it and expect them to come back.
That nerd comment was really hurtful.
Well, hey, I'm married to one, so
I was going to say you've really just dug out your own wife there.
yeah, that's okay. She knows it.
I've been a geek since before it was cool to be a geek. So.
To be fair, you're a tech geek anyway, so
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's parts that I understand, but she's a more of a comic book and all of that. She's kind of followed that stuff. So to me, I'm new to it. There was someone I was talking to, I can't remember who it was, that read the comics and said, hey, it was good. If you had read those comics, it's going to make sense to play right in the movie. Yeah, sure, but I didn't, so that's why I'm gonna give it a. For me it was a play, but for majority. All right, so Alban, did you see what did it get in Player Pass, the voting for Eternals? Did it get a?
That's what I'm going back. I'm going back to look at it right now.
Okay.
I know it was a play.
I know I'm pretty sure it was a play.
How many votes? But it was.
I remember seeing a couple of passes on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so majority of the people give this a play. So just
did you?
I think majority of the people did.
It was 100%
play. What did Blue think of it?
She at the end, like I said, when we got done watching, she was kind of like, And the second time she watched it with her daughter,
100% play.
She was still kind of like, I don't know.
It was 100% play.
Yeah, well, let me get in there and vote. No, fix that.
You didn't vote. Thank you. Please.
I didn't.
I
will. I'll get in there.
Eddie vote in there either. Eddie, you have to go change your vote. All
right.
So he voted play. He voted play.
He had play. So let's go ahead and get on to our second movie.
Yeah,
let's
go ahead.
All right, we're going to get to our second movie because, like I said, we're kind of jamming both movies together, which is Ghostbusters, which I had just the Beach and I just got done watching, and we did the Beach. You see that we had our friend that was in Roger. Yeah, you see our friend was in there, the one that watched it with us on Oculus. So he was in there.
Is he in it? Is he here in the?
He was in there. Yeah,
he was in the side chat earlier. I saw him pop.
Yeah, I saw him pop in there. Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name. Daniel Phillips. So yeah, he was on there. So we watched this movie, rewatched it in Oculus, and I created a room and we watched it. And 14, 15 people were in there watching this. So Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is this the third or fourth Ghostbusters movie?
It's the fourth.
Okay.
No. It's
you got to include the other that.
No,
you have to include the other one. You have to count the 2016 one.
Well, yeah. Well, that 2016, the one with the women, you have to count.
Yeah.
That's the reboot.
Yeah, you have to count it.
It's totally different.
Okay,
we're going to leave that one out of the box set that they're releasing. And there was so much uproar that they pulled it back, and now they're including the reboot in the box.
There you go. So Ghostbusters. So we've got Ghostbusters Afterlife. So everybody. So what was you guys' thoughts on this? I watched it again today for the second time. So hear what everybody else is thinking.
I thought it had a slow second act, but the third act, and especially the last half hour, made all that all the dragginess of the first part of it well worth it. I mean, and it was different than any other Ghostbuster movie. The first one was really funny and really scary. This one was not really funny nor really scary, but it had more heart in it than all the other ones combined.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely it I don't know, the writing was better in this one.
Yep.
Again, your character, you had a connection even with those kids, you know, even though I felt like the demographics for this movie is not my age demographics, it's for younger kids, and that's why they had them as their actors. But I thought the kids did a great job on it. Storyline, their acting, the whole thing it had all the pieces. A little bit of that heartstringing stuff. That at the end, I mean, shit, you can't beat the ending. I felt like they did a phenomenal job with the end of that movie.
Man, the biggest problem I had with the movie was the kid finds the freaking ghost mobile in a barn that's been there for 30 years. Okay, all right, and he gets it started up. And it gets driving and does all that crap. And I'm like, as being a former mechanic, I'm just screaming, it's not freaking possible. It's not freaking.
I know. I was actually saying.
It's like ask anybody who has a generator that doesn't drain the gas tank out, you know, and run it dry, and then try to start it a year later and they can't because the carburetor's pumped up. You know,
I'm gonna say that he parked it before there was ethanol in the gas, Dave.
Oh, okay, there you go. Because I was thinking
it still don't matter.
A little bit of dry rot on those tires.
Yeah. So I did enjoy the movie, and I mean, well, I've not seen the trailers. And when I just heard they were Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray, I thought they were going to be the main characters along with Paul Rudd. You know, so when I watched it and I saw the kids basically taking the lead roles, I was like, okay, all right, I understand where they're going. And I thought they did a great job. And I thought they did a good job of paying tribute to like the original one with the freaking little Stay Puft marshmallows, riding on a Roomba, making s'mores out of each other, you know, and all kind of in the blender. Yeah. That made me think of the Bassmatic from Saturday Night Live.
Yep. Yep.
I really like this, but like everybody said, you know, the last ending when they showed Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray, that really made the movie. But the playing, the acting was I found the kids were really good at it in this movie. The music score was good. It's a little bit nostalgic for me because it brings me back to the time I saw this with my kids in the drive-in. Man, the first movie blew me away, and I think this one's going to do the same thing.
I think we get more.
I liked how they put it all together at the end. I sometimes I felt like a real old man because I couldn't, you know, grasp how the kids were able to do some of the things that they were able to do better than I ever could have, you know.
Yeah. They learned pretty quick.
But it was good.
Showing them.
They did. They learned that no one showed them anything, you know, and they knew what was going on.
Did anybody
it was a good movie.
Did anybody find the credits at the end were long?
They were long. Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, they were long.
They're like that with all the movies now because they have to show everybody. You know, they not only do they show like the people that, you know, made the food, but they're saying where the food came from. You know, really? You know, just hurry up and get to the, you know, the other little movie at the end of it. You know.
Yeah, but at least they threw in some post-credit scenes, you know, for the guys that do watch the.
Yeah. I mean, I I think the best thing about this whole movie is the way they dealt with Harold Ramis.
Me too.
You know,
Me too.
I mean,
Yeah.
the writing who conceived that to be in a plot and not just say, oh, he died of a heart attack, 25 years ago, but no, to make his death and his ghost be a pivotal character, throughout the whole movie. I thought that was excellent.
Nice.
Good CGI as well.
Yeah,
I got
beautiful.
Yeah.
I got a little misty-eyed the very first time I saw that when Harold showed up. I really did. I was like, "Oh my god!" And that kid today that we were watching it with was like, "I'm crying, I'm crying."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was, and I thought they didn't, and they used his images, of course, but then he didn't talk. To me, I liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked
Yeah.
that he was like he had crossed over halfway. Let's just say, but so he wasn't able to speak, but you saw his spirit was still there because it's like his spirit was saying, "I'm not done yet. I still got a job to do." And once his job was complete, then when his daughter was able to hug him, I mean, I'm thinking, dang, it catches you in the feels, You kind of like, But yeah, great job on that. I mean, there was lots of things that was like, really, no way. Yes, the car. The first thing I said, those tires are dry rotted. That gas ain't working. I mean, I said that to Blue, and she's like, "This is a movie, Todd.
Yeah,
It's a
but
movie." I was like,
he was the '59 Cadillac too, eh?
yeah, I mean, there was, but I felt like it had all those little enough funny, but not too much funny, and the delivery of all their jokes was good. So I just felt like and Paul Rudd. I mean, I liked him in this. I liked his character. He was kind of nerdy and.
He was playing homage to God. What's the other guy's name? Why did that just leave my head? Who was the dog in the first one?
Oh, the short guy.
Rick Moranis.
Yeah, Rick Moranis. It was totally homage to Rick Moranis. That character was.
Yeah, nurture it around. Yeah. So
Paul Rudd's character was like every middle-aged or adult that had seen the original Ghostbusters. I feel like this movie as well, they kind of like trying to make this the proper sequel to the first one because it's a continuation of the story, like with the same evil bad guy and the same dog things and also the first Ghostbusters is the only one that's mentioned, like when they talk about. When they're
when we were in New York City
movies. Yeah, it's only the New York City one with the. And by the way, this character was spot on. It was like having the old character.
Yeah.
Those kids were yelling, "It's James Charles," which I barely know who that kid is, but I do know who he is.
I thought it was Grace Jones. That kind of looks like Grace Jones. So,
yeah,
I do agree with what was said though before. I can't remember who said it, but it was a little bit slow at the beginning. And like the third part of the movie, it does like pick up, and the best part for me was at the end when all the original Ghostbusters came back.
Yeah,
so, still good movie. They did it justice. I think it wasn't. I mean, if you compare this one to the reboot version,
the one before,
they did million
times.
Oh,
day and night.
I think it's the second best Ghostbusters movie out of all four of them. I think the original's the best, then this one, and then Ghostbusters 2, and then the reboot.
Yeah, but the executive producer on this was Dan Aykroyd, right?
I don't know. No, the writer was the.
He was an executive producer, yes, but I think the writer was the director was
Jason
the
Reitman.
son. Was this?
Yeah,
He's the
Jason
son of the
Reitman.
director of the first one, yeah.
Right. Alan.
Yeah, Jason Reitman.
And he was also the writer with Dan Aykroyd and Gil Keaton. So they. So he had his hand, but I don't know. Just a good job. So what else, Eddie? Eddie, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, I like this movie because I thought it would have been another like a dud movie of a takeoff of the main movie, but I really liked that I got into it. Like it was, it was a little bit slow at the beginning. The cinematography was beautiful. The acting was great. The little girl with her glasses that really turned me on. Uh, uh,
Oh,
oh,
we just got a copyright strike.
yeah.
Yeah.
What did I do?
But what was I going to say? The end made up for the beginning. I think the end, the way the Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray came in, that made up for the slow beginning of the movie. But I really liked this movie. Yeah.
All right, Beach.
I liked it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Ooh, I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Let's see. Anybody else got anything?
Mm.
Ghostbusters.
No, I liked it. I didn't. It's funny, when anytime is something that I really watch and I really don't get to write many notes down is because I'm too busy watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it was this week for these two movies for me. I enjoyed, watching the movie. I didn't want to, turn my head to even write anything down. I say, oh, well, I'll remember, but of course I don't.
Yeah.
But it's always a good movie.
Yeah. I'll say that when you
say it goes in the category of I say it goes in the category of I wouldn't have mind spending money in a movie theater to watch this. That's where I guess I could put it. You know what I mean?
Good point. Good point. And it was when Blue and I finished watching. I looked at her and she goes, "I like that," and I was like, "I liked it." I mean, it was it felt good. It felt like they did a good job. So,
yeah, because it brought
Andrew?
us back, but not not so far back. It brought us back to like when we remember watching the original stuff, and we're able to say, "Oh wow, we got older with them." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We grew up with it.
Yeah.
Well, one other thing it makes me think of is like when their demographics for a movie, and you could say their demographics for a certain movie is a certain young people, and so they're aiming it toward that 18 to 30 demographics, and we watch it and we're like, this makes a. But to me, I think they did a good job of I think they're going to hit a lot of demographics with this movie. I don't have to look at the stats, but I think that people from kids all the way to people in their 50s are going to like this movie. It's got all the little aspects that was good to hit. Andrew, anything you want to say on this one, bud?
Well, I was 2 months old when the first one came out.
Here we go.
Just to make you guys feel old. But
I do feel
no, I
old.
think they did a really good job. It was a good continuation of the original ones, I'd say. So they didn't ruin the original one's story, and they kind of they did well with the new actors, and the kids were good. And I like that kid from Stranger Things, and I thought the young lass who played the granddaughter, was it the granddaughter of
Yeah.
She was good. It's like the main kid in it. So it was good. Good solid movie.
I was going to look. What was the budget on that? Because I see here, worldwide, 195 million.
195.
Wait, do you know how much the original one made at the box office? 295 million.
Yeah, I think
It was a
1984.
It was a phenomenon. I mean, even Ray Parker Jr. became rich because of Ghostbusters, and that's his only song, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I know he has other stuff, but tell me another Ray Parker Jr. song right now. I bet you can't.
Jack and Jill.
Mhm.
All right,
Jack
smart
Hill.
ass.
The funny enough, the female reboot made 229 million.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
that's
and this is
2016 compared
Wow.
to 1984. 1984
195.
was now 300 million.
Wow.
Wow. I would have thought it would have made more.
That is crazy.
Well, I mean,
It's that women
it's
power.
well, but we're also in a pandemic
Mhm.
where where not all theaters were open. Not all theaters were open. Not all theaters were, if they're open, they're not at 100%.
Oh no,
So-
but
So you
no,
got a
I
lot
think
of
what
people
I'm
that just
saying
not
is,
going out.
like a movie that was made in 1984
Yeah.
made more money than the movie that was made in 2016, which had better technology and had the advantage of really good CGI. It still did not make as much as the
Well,
original Ghostbusters.
How much did the original make again?
295 million.
Wow. Okay. Thought it would have made more than that.
I mean,
Well, but you
1984,
gotta
that seems
but
like
you gotta
a
think
stretch.
I know in the
you gotta think
80s.
of inflation.
No, but I'm talking
You gotta think of
about. I
inflation.
thought that. No, not for inflation, but I would say that for all of the merchandise that thing is made, and all
yeah.
that, I figured
Yeah.
it would.
Oh yeah, I
count
mean, I
that
don't
into
think
it.
the obviously the box office numbers don't include that though.
Yeah,
do
that's
they?
just the
It's just
box
like
office.
Mm-mm.
cinema
Yeah,
ticket
so
sales
it's
and
box
stuff, isn't it?
office. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
Or ticket
multiply
or
that by 10.
DVD.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's a number that would
It's a
hold up
lot.
to date. That would make them definitely do a sequel if that had came out
Mhm.
in 2021 or whatever 2022.
Right.
They would be making a sequel. They'll probably be making 3 movies from making that much money.
I think they make
From
more of these. I don't think this is the last we've seen of this
No,
iteration of the
It feels like,
Ghostbusters.
yeah, well, it feels like from the end
Um,
credit scenes that there might be like some sort of spin-off.
Yeah, one more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
because what was that?
I consider
Go ahead.
Ghostbusters as a classic. So in other words, we still may have a couple of other movies coming out, since it's the basic classic movie.
Well, I don't know. I know they will always try to do another one of something, but do you think that like an Ernie Hudson is gonna? Well, yeah, he would try to do another one.
Sure.
Get his car fixed back up and all that. But are they gonna still be Ghostbusters, quote unquote, or are they gonna like pass it on? Because how much longer you think they're
Yeah.
gonna be up to
I
doing
feel,
it?
yeah, I feel like there's going to be like a spin-off where there's going to be like a new generation of Ghostbusters.
Right,
Yeah,
new
well,
generation.
Yeah, I do
So
too.
they can,
These kids.
and
Hey Todd, you
and
see
they're
that?
probably hoping, yeah, they're probably hoping that it's going to be a really good remake,
Because
like spin-off, so they can do a few movies from it. And we've got a friend back in the chat.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
I
I'm sorry, I
read-
had my other one
Have you
open.
got it? Okay.
Bill
Yeah.
Murray said
read
that
someplace where Bill Murray had done an interview and they asked him about doing this role again, and he said, well, I'm getting older and to be putting that backpack
Mhm.
on
yeah,
and carry it
Yeah.
around isn't as easy as it used to be. But then I look
Mhm.
at it, and yeah, granted, he's probably close to 70, but that girl can't even be more than probably 12,
right.
so she didn't have any problem moving around.
It just tells you when you get old, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Hey, Bill's like
they're probably going to
72.
phase out the old guys. They're going to eventually phase them out completely
Yeah.
and try and do
Yep.
what they did with the all female
other
cast one. They
people.
tried. I think they tried to
Well-
start something new.
Father Time's already
And-
started
but-
doing
but
that with
you-
with Egon.
All right. Hey, we're at almost an hour. So we try to keep this show right about an hour. Then we'll go into discussion TV shows, and we kind of free ball it. So final thoughts, your thoughts on the movie, final thoughts on it, and we'll run through people and we'll do player pass. Eddie, so what's your final thoughts on Ghostbusters Aftermath and final in your vote, player pass?
I give it a super play.
Super play. All right. Awesome to hear. Good. Who else? Who's the next?
Beach.
The Beach.
I will give it a play.
Okay. Roger?
Get through the slow first opening act, but once you get into Act 2 and 3 in this movie, it's well worth watching. It's a play for me.
Thank you. Good point. Andrew?
Yeah, exactly what Roger said. Play for me as well.
Mr. Alban.
A play for me, and I want to thank the cast.
Good point. And I'm going to give it a play. Like I said, it just Roger hit the point. You got to suffer through the beginning, but after that, the movie really does well, and I think it puts it all together. So I think they did a really good job on this. I would watch it a third time, and we almost had to today, Roger. We almost had to.
I know.
We had requests to watch it a third time on Oculus when we were needing to leave.
And I told those guys we don't have time, and I was looking at your desktop in your 2 hours time difference. I was like, "Fuck,
Oh gosh.
it's 2:55. We got the show in 5 minutes. I gotta go."
Yeah. So, but yeah, definitely a play for me. So, and I'm not sure, Alban, what was the vote in the Telegram?
11-0. 11 plays.
Okay. So, and
You
again, if
didn't
you've not
make
watched,
yours in out there, did you?
Okay, I haven't done it yet. No,
Change the other one. Okay.
I'm getting ready to. So, any of you have not watched the show before, we do have a Telegram group. The link is down below. You can click it, go to it, and you're able to be with the interact with the group. And like when links are posted, you can also vote for your player pass for this movie, as well as what we're going to have to watch next week. So, I think for the most part, I see mostly plays. I only saw one pass. I think Donald gave it a pass up there at the top. So definitely a movie that would be recommended from Pop. We give this. This is going to be in the Pop. This is going to get a Poppies. You know that. It's going to get a Poppies. I think this is.
No,
it's in the
it's
running.
still early.
It is.
You know, there might be something really come
Yeah,
along good and knock
real
our
early.
socks off.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we're only on episode 2.
I'm a
Child
Batman.
88's coming out.
We just don't go out handing out poppies to anybody, you know.
I'm saying it's in the running. I'm willing to.
Film has to earn our respect.
I'm willing to go to Vegas and put money on it.
This film
Vegas and
can't be
Poppies.
bought.
So so we have a Telegram group. You can
next
vote.
week.
Yep, and so for our movies for next week. So what are we looking at to watch for next week? Alban,
it's kind of difficult here. I'm going down to it now.
So can I vote twice?
That there were some
millions.
Only for one movie. You know what I mean?
Bruce does millions and Airplane on both.
You have to vote twice.
Oh, I only vote once. Hold on a second. I think
There's two
Post their
separate
links to
polls.
both polls.
All right, put your other vote in.
it's
Yeah,
not
two
letting me.
polls.
Oh, is there 2 polls? Oh,
Yes.
oh,
Oh,
what
it's
did
the
I?
second one.
Post the links.
Oh, there's
Get
2.
polls.
Never mind. So I you know, the only thing. All right, so I could take my. Hold on a second. I want to take my vote away on that one because I think I'd go for Brewster's Millions, but I accidentally voted for Airplane. So I'm gonna go for Brewster's Millions
Surely?
on this one. I think the only thing about Airplane's gonna win. So are we doing 2 movies or one movie? What's
2.
That's really nice
Are we doing 2 movies or do you want to do one movie?
Doesn't matter to me. I'm always up for whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we can try 2 movies, and we can just see if some of the people that are working don't have time to watch 2 movies.
Yeah,
Then-
I think these movies are going to be a little bit
Listen
shorter than the last 2 movies. that we
Wait,
did.
guys, did you just hear what he said? That some of the
No.
guys who aren't working, you know, and now he's like getting adjusted to being home.
I'm just saying, some people. I remember it was a struggle sometimes to watch 2 movies. I could do it now. Is what I could. So
okay.
I'm happy with that.
Okay, well,
So
did you make your vote?
wait. All right, hold on a second. Yeah, I'm going with that one. Yeah, I'm going with.
Oh, you
All right,
just
see, I.
screwed us all up.
Oh man, who revoted? I'll go
Wasn't me.
change it to
Well,
Groundhog
then hold
Day.
on. So then we'll take the.
Take it to Groundhog Day.
I voted Groundhog Day in the
I
first
can't-
one, and Bruce Does Millions in the second one.
So
Yeah.
okay, so we're doing Groundhog Day, right? And Brewster's Millions.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Is that the
We
two
are
we're
gonna-
doing?
Yeah.
We're gonna giggle
Robin?
this week. Watch both these movies. You will giggle.
yeah, sure.
I promise.
I mean, I don't
Yeah,
want to
sure.
be. I was,
Bruce Does Millions is the one I haven't seen.
It's hilarious.
You never
Andrew.
saw
Well,
Bruce's
at least it was in the 80s.
Gosh.
Brewster's Millions.
I
Yeah.
like Richard Pryor though.
What year
And
were
Air-
you born
Well,
again,
Craig-
Wait,
Andrew?
Groundhog. Was it Groundhog or which
It was
one was
Groundhog
it?
Day
Groundhog.
Okay.
and Bruce Does
Groundhog.
Millions.
Yeah, which is
Well.
funny because we just watched Ghostbusters and freaking then we were watching Groundhog Day, and Groundhog
Mhm.
Day was the reason Harold Ramis and Bill Murray didn't talk for 30 years
Yeah,
because they got in
Yeah.
because Harold Ramis threw him up against a wall
yeah.
and threatened to beat the crap out of him when they were filming Groundhog Day.
Mhm.
Really?
They didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't interview
Yeah,
until,
they fell out,
Yeah, they
didn't they?
until Harold Ramis was dying. So basically, when he was on his deathbed, Bill Murray showed up to the house and they made up before he died.
All right, interesting. So we got two movies, Brewster's Millions, Groundhog Day. Try to watch them, and then try to do it. So we're gonna finish this. We're right at an hour. So what we normally do, or what we've been doing, is player pass is done. Now we're gonna call this overtime or of such. Where we're gonna talk about TV shows. We may talk about some other movies, but I'm gonna open the floor. Hey, one thing I will say. I think Airplane would have been difficult. There, one of the things I do feel like Airplane. I think some of the off-color humor in that stuff wouldn't pass today. It would not have passed
No,
today.
it wouldn't pass today.
I mean,
No,
it
it
would
wouldn't.
not pass.
You can't
You
make
mean
it.
like, excuse me, ma'am, I speak jive.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't make that. Plus, nobody's going to know who that lady is. If
No.
you're not, Andrew, I don't even think would know who that lady is.
Yeah, it's.
I have seen
so-
Airplane.
Did
You
you?
have seen
Do
it?
you know who Beaver? Do you know who Beaver Cleaver's mom is? Probably not.
Mrs.
June
Beaver
Allison.
Cleaver.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
she had. Yeah,
June
she was in.
Allison.
Leave It to Beaver.
That's
Yeah,
Bar-
Leave It to
Barbara
Beaver.
Leave It to
Billingsley right there.
Barbara
Yeah,
Billingsley.
Yeah.
She was like America's mom because
Yeah.
I mean
Yep.
her show got put into reruns and it was played every day forever.
Every day.
While we were growing up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was it Joan Cleaver?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been but there were so many jokes in this that were
Mhm.
I don't know, cringe-worthy. Nowadays you'd be like, oh,
Well, Dan,
But,
if we were
but
at
that's
the
what made
throwback,
that
I
stuff
should have
so
suggested
good.
Blazing Saddles.
yeah, no,
Oh,
Blazing
yeah.
I missed a
Yeah.
chance.
no, that is not
Yeah,
good.
listen, so.
Ever been in a Turkish prison, Billy?
It's true. It's true.
I picked the wrong day to quit sniffing glue.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
man.
So, what are some shows? What you guys? Let's throw some
Okay,
TV shows. And,
Yeah, I got some stuff. I know. Well, first off, there, that they reshot 5 episodes of Peacemaker after they changed the actors around. Something for everyone to know. And I know we were talking about the multi-universe, but now I didn't know that there was a monster universe for the Godzillas. So they're looking at doing more Godzilla films.
Nice.
Are they going to bring back Mothra?
I'm not
Yes,
opposed to
actually, I think
Mothra.
they are. Yeah, I think
I'm
they
not
are.
opposed.
Yeah, me neither. For some TV
Come on, no.
or TV fans, yeah.
I know.
I liked that.
It's like
I like the old one. I like the Quantum.
Yeah,
Leap.
that's-
Remember
that's
that?
why-
Quantum Leaps. I know, but the sad
That's what's
thing
worrying.
about that is that they waited for the other guy to die before now that they're gonna go do this. Not what was the guy's name? that was on there? The
that
other
the guy
guy
who
that
played Sam?
was like in the mirror that you. The one who was like in the mirror that he was always looking at, who was dressed flashy. I think he passed away, and now because he passed away, now they wanted to go back and do this. Can't remember his name.
I've been
I'll
watching
have to,
both of those ghost shows. The one that's on American TV is pretty good. I like it a lot, and the one that it's based on the UK, I think it's better. Dave.
Oh, the guy who played
Beach-
Al, Dean Stockwell.
Yeah, Dean Stockwell's dead.
Yeah. That ghost show, did they just renew that for the third season, I believe?
Well,
the
there's
UK
3
one.
seasons, and the UK has 3 seasons, and we're just like in the episode 13 of season 1 on the US version.
Both are worth watching, though. They're both good.
Yeah.
It was. You said Ghost?
Yeah.
Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost.
Ghost. If you're looking for it in Cody or that other thing or whatever we're supposed to say,
Yeah.
there's a Ghost 2019, which is the UK version, and the Ghost 2021, which is the American version.
Thank you.
The whole Chris Noth thing that's been going on. He's leaving the Equalizer now. They fired him from there. In case if anyone didn't know who watches the
Fired
Equalizer.
Mr. Big.
Yep, they fired him. And that other you don't watch that show? Okay.
No.
FBI's the Dick Wolf series there, the FBI Most Wanted. They've now got Dylan McDermott to replace Julian McMahon. As a new
Dylan
lead.
McDermott
And
always.
that was a.
He's always good. He's always good.
Yeah. But I'm shocked that he's going to work 2 Dick Wolf shows now. He's going to be on Most Wanted, and he's still on the Law and Order organized unit.
I never know if he's on any of those.
Yeah, I can't.
He's on there.
I wanted to bring up a show, and I'm gonna throw somebody under the bus on live stream. So Roger told me to watch Station 11, and I think some other people talked about Station 11.
I loved it.
I struggled. I mean, I watched the whole thing.
Oh, did you?
But I'm gonna tell you, I
didn't watch the whole thing yet. I'm up to episode 6.
Yeah, about 6. I looked at Blue, and I'm like, Roger told me to watch this. Said we'd like it. I said, honey, it's gonna get better. It's got to. Roger said we got to watch this.
It's so good.
I just something about it. I was like, can we? I was a struggle.
I just like the story and the post-apocalyptic aspect of it, and they did it. I mean, there wasn't any famous actors in it other than Mackenzie.
No.
And they were all good actors. They all were great actors, I thought. The little girl that played the young girl.
Yeah, the young one. She was cute.
She's
cute.
great.
She did a good job. She was a great actress.
And the story was bizarre.
I'll recommend a British TV show.
Okay, what's that?
It's called Vera.
Yes.
Vera?
Vera?
Yeah.
Vera.
How do you spell it? Just like we spell
Vera?
Vera?
V-E-R-A.
Vera.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That one at the top there. It's a detective one. She's a Geordie detective. She's from my neck of the woods.
Yes.
Obviously, the actor that plays her, it's so good. The actor that plays her obviously isn't from my neck of the woods, but it's around the areas where I live.
Okay.
They actually filmed outside my house
Really?
a couple of years ago. Yeah, they used one of the houses a couple of doors up is like one of the. It was like it had like they had put spray painted murderer on the door and stuff like that, and they were all on the grass outside.
Is it a 2011 series?
It
Yeah.
started in
No, it's
2001.
21.
Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah,
Oh,
46
okay.
episodes.
46
It's got
episodes.
Wow.
46
Okay.
episodes, so it's been going
Well,
for a
that's a
while.
commitment. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
There's another one, another British program, Endeavour. If you like police detective stories, Endeavour is another one.
I don't watch any police stories if I can help it, but I'm gonna.
I love.
It's,
the one that
Hey,
everyone's
see,
obsessed with. Was it Thin? Was it? Well, what's that one that everyone watched? What I never watched. God.
Downton Abbey.
No, not Downton
No.
Abbey. Was it?
that's coming back. That's
Yeah,
coming
no,
back.
never got into that.
Oh, I did.
Well, I mean, most importantly, tonight is the season 2 premiere of Resident Alien.
Yep.
funny show.
Yeah, President.
Yep.
That's a funny
Sno-
show. I didn't know if I was going to like it, but I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Line of Duty was the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
Snowpiercer started this last week.
Yep.
Anybody get into Ozark?
I haven't yet. I
haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched the new one yet.
Yeah.
I
think I watched two
waiting.
series.
I got 2 episodes done already.
I watched the first one.
Another one, guys, is Law and Order. The regular Law and Order is coming back for season 21. I'm so happy for that. That Jack McCoy is coming back, because if anyone remembers when Law and Order was gonna, because this is way before Special Victims Unit, they were gonna be the longest running show, and I think it was supposed to be like Gunsmoke or something like that. Was the one that was the longest running show, and because of that, they made Law and Order, say, oh well, we're ending the show, and of course that didn't hold out for all the other shows, because that's how Special Victims Unit got to surpass it. But they're bringing it back now. I'm so happy for that. I'm a big Law and Order fan, and it's great to see what's his name? The guy that's playing McCoy is what's his name?
Old silver-haired dude. What's his name?
Yeah. Oh gosh. I can't believe I can remember his name. I see his face. I can't remember his name. But he's great. He's a great actor. I've always liked him. Okay. Well, either way, it's coming back, guys. So you can you'll be able to watch that. And American Rust. I don't know if anyone watched that one. That was on Showtime. Okay. Well, they just canceled it at Showtime.
Oh,
good.
So I won't be starting that one then.
You know what? You should. I think you would like it. Well, no, if you don't like it's like a crime type thing, but it was really good. And I don't know why Showtime canceled it. I don't know what other projects that they got coming up, but maybe someone else will pick it up. Hopefully.
Trying to look on my sonar, see what's coming. What's premiering this month?
I don't know how many Power folks are out there. Well, this past episode on book 2 was absolutely a must watch. If anyone wants to see somebody blow somebody's spot up, that's the one to watch. I mean, I sat there with my jaw on the ground. I couldn't believe it. So if you're a Power fan, make sure you watch.
Book 4 is coming out pretty soon, eh?
Yeah, book 4 is coming out. Yeah, yes it is.
Yeah, with Tom.
Did anybody watch Boba Fett this week?
No, I'm gonna watch.
No, I haven't watched it yet. No.
Okay.
I'm waiting till
All
it's all over, until the season, and we've agreed we're not watching it till
No.
it's over, till the season's over, and we can kind of get into it.
Mhm.
All right. Well, those of you that are watching it, hurry up and watch it because you need to.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
SEAL Team. I don't know if anyone's a fan of it,
Mhm.
but they had a hell of a finale. If you're into that, that was I'm still in shock over it. So it was really pretty good. Do I have anything else?
Have we talked about Peacemaker? Has anybody watched Peacemaker?
Yeah, that's been brought up.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you guys?
You
I
mentioned
haven't
that
watched
last week, Roger.
Peacemaker. I've
I
been waiting.
freaking love it. I giggled my butt off. The first 3 episodes are so freaking funny. But if you didn't like Suicide Squad and didn't like that character, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it. But I tell you what, John Cena has comedic timing. You either have it or you don't. You can't learn it, and he has got comedic timing. He's pretty funny.
It's from all the years of wrestling. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Can't
'cause,
see
I mean,
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, wrestling, you have to create a shtick, or you have to create a persona. If you don't, you're not going to make it big. And John Cena he was able to click into that. And
Look at The Rock.
yeah,
know?
same person. Yeah, same thing.
Same
Patty-
thing. You know, those
Patty-
guys are.
Patty's mentioned a good a one that's coming up soon.
Fresh
Fresh Prince, the reboot.
Really, I didn't really reboot
dramatic.
that.
So some guy, some director guy, he made like a mock up. I don't know if anyone's seen it. It was a couple of years ago. He made up a mock trailer for Fresh Prince, but it was like a dramatic version of it. And Will Smith seen it and thought it was really good. And Peacock's ended up picking it up for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually gonna make it. It's called Bel Air.
Oh, Bel Air.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, Will Smith is supposed to be doing a remake of Bright. Bright.
Yeah.
Bright 2.
Yeah.
So hey, anybody that follows us on social media, don't start asking where Bel Air is. It's not out yet.
No, it's not February, I think, is it?
Yeah, it's not out because people are gonna be. I was looking, I can't find it.
I was looking, I can't find it.
Yeah, would you show me where to find it? But so it's not out yet. But that, yeah, okay. Any other TV shows or suggestions that people need to? Anybody else?
Euphoria. Anybody get
Yeah.
into
I haven't watched it. I've seen that.
I haven't watched it.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah, that
I remember
is good.
everybody talked about it last week. Why is it not taking me? They got a bad link there.
Yeah.
Because you should be able to click this picture and it take me to it. It
Right,
takes
and
me
take
to
it
something
to
else.
yeah.
I know that a lot of people have been watching the Superman and Lois, which it's not. But a lot of people I've seeing a lot of people talk about it a lot. And I think this is the last season of Blackish. I think it's done.
Yeah,
whatever.
This is their final season.
Yeah.
This is its final season. This Is Us is its final season also, and that's been pretty good too.
Yeah.
There was another show that is now coming to Peacock. I don't know if you guys have heard. What is it? What's it called? The show there that Roger watches there.
That French show? That French cop show?
No, not the cop show. The reality one there.
Big
Come
Brother.
on, Roger. Big Brother. They're doing Canada here in the States. They'll be showing it.
Okay. Look and see. All right, so we'll go ahead and start wrapping her up because we're we're at hour and 20 minutes, and then we'll just do some after show BS. And oh man, I gotta get that off again. All right, so last final words. Anybody want to say?
Good night.
Sorry, can't be multitasking.
Yeah.
Just getting in there now to try and remove.
I'm removing. I'm going through. So, Eddie, anything you want to say before we go?
No, it was a good show. I can't wait to see what everybody's critics on Brewster's Millions next week. Have a good one.
Roger.
My headset died there, so I don't know what you guys could have been making fun of me for about 5 minutes.
We did.
Well, well, your name did come up. I was they're bringing what was the name of it? I just said
Big Brother to Canada.
Big Brother,
Canada.
Big Brother Canada to
Yeah.
Peacock, just so you know.
I'll have a VPN so I can have my Canadian server and get their live feeds.
Okay.
To Beach, anything you want to say before we go?
No. I'm gonna look forward to watching the movie because I haven't watched those in a while, so it'd be good to catch up on them. And for anybody who's a car fan, Barrett Jackson auction is going on TV. If you're a fan of muscle cars and stuff like that, you can watch the auction online or on FYI.
Yeah, and that goes that they do that for like a weekend, or it's like a few days of that.
It'll be going on till Saturday.
Yeah, because I know whenever you see it, it's on one of the channels. One or two of the channels will just be showing the whole
they
way.
start off on FYI, then they switch over to History Channel. So,
all right,
for
Andrew.
car people out there.
Yeah, it's a good suggestion. Andrew.
So, try to take the Beach seriously when he's looking like a ghost.
Are you looking at my sheet, Andrew? Quit looking at my sheet.
You look more jollier than you usually are anyway.
Yeah, I'm about as round as that ghost.
I just wanted to say thanks for watching and sticking around for an hour and 23 minutes, and good night, everybody.
Aubin.
Okay. Quickly, because as you were saying about car shows, car shows, there's a new Street Outlaws, one for the ladies. They have like, I guess,
Have you watched women drivers?
Whatever. What was that?
Have you watched much of it? I've watched like 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
I didn't watch it yet. It's on my list to watch, and me with trying to start something new. I'm got to catch up.
To me, they're
luckily enough.
They got their hands. The producers' hands are in the plot of it way too much for my liking.
I feel like it's too staged,
scripted. Yeah,
it feels. I've watched about 5 episodes. I'm like,
okay, I don't watch it.
I don't know.
Some of them are really pretty. I mean,
yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
they're there for a reason.
Lizzie Musey.
She's beautiful. She's beautiful.
She is.
And I like the other one, from Memphis, the Queen of the Streets sister is cute.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Oh yeah, Chelsea. Yeah, yeah, she is.
I just seen JJ and Trisha both wrecked their cars. They must have been racing each other. They both totaled their cars.
Okay.
So
wow.
I just saw that on TMZ or something. I can't remember where I saw it.
Okay. All right.
And hey, that's on Discovery Plus, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've seen that listed.
Could be.
So,
Could be.
I
don't know what's on what anymore.
Gut Wall Street says, car auctions how us poor people are. Remind you how poor you are. Yeah, because when you start looking at some of them cars and you see the cost, you're like, holy shit. So, all right. So we got that. So next week, what are the 2 movies?
Next week,
Ghostbusters.
Groundhog Day and Brewster's Millions.
And Brewster's Millions.
Yeah.
Both funny freaking movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Aubin, you finish. You go ahead and say something before we go, because I think I jumped over you. Did I jump over you?
Oh no. We were talking about me, but I'm good. Thank everyone for coming out. And we'll see you guys next week. Are we gonna do 2 movies next week? The following week, or is that gonna
Maybe.
be too many for everyone? Or do I
I don't
put another
know.
poll out there? Do we?
Well,
shall
we could
put a
talk-
I think
poll
we should
out
see what's out.
Yeah, let's see
because
what's
I don't
out.
wanna- yeah, I don't wanna
be
be-
out.
I don't want to be forced to watch crap just because we got to have 2 movies.
Right. So how about if we put up 2 polls, but the first poll will be the one we'll use, and then the second one is going to be, oh, okay, we're going to do a second movie this week. In case if that that first movie is like something that
Maybe-
is going to be like the blockbuster, but could end up turning out to be crap.
Maybe for new movies, we just do the one, and then for old movies, we can do 2.
Okay, we could do 2. Okay. All right. Well, then that's going to be a new movie week.
Yep. Next,
So
next week. Alternate weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, good. So we'll see what we watch next week. We can see how things go the week after, and we kind of play it out. Red is right. 24 hours of Daytona. So I think for folks that are Daytona or racing fans, NASCAR, I think so. NASCAR is getting ready to crank it up. And that's interesting how NASCAR does it. The way that their season, they make one of their biggest things near the beginning of the season to kick it off. So, so that'll start Wednesday or Thursday. Well, it started today or tomorrow. I think that will it be the dual 125s tomorrow. I thought it was February, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I could ask my brother. He could
I
tell
was
you.
thinking that I could have swore that it was in February, but I could be wrong. It's in Daytona. Ain't like it's got to be warm down there. Thanks for everyone watching. For some of you guys that may be watching me that have watched movies with Roger or now with The Beach on our Oculus, that is our new platform that's fun for us to watch. We're trying to talk everybody into buying one,
Eddie,
which is it's not going easy.
No.
they're like 500 Canadian.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna tell you, it is fun to watch these movies with, with Roger, with Beach, and you can talk and you're watching it on a movie theater screen, or it could be on a big screen. But I've been using the big, like the movie theater screen, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And it's an expensive video game, but it's really not a video game. But it's so if you get an Oculus, hit one of us up, and we'll get you added to us because it is fun.
And it's only $300. Go buy them. They're only $300.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Kickbacks again.
Use my
This
code.
was brought to you by Discovery
Use my
Plus and
affiliate
Oculus.
code below.
Yeah, we'll use a link. I'm going to get a link down there to Amazon, and then get like when you join my as a friend, and I get $35 worth of free games. But but it was for a video gaming that I thought that I would use it for. But I have found watching the UFC Saturday night, I watched dual screens, UFC and NFL on dual screens on a big screen TV, or not a big screen, on a theater size screen. With other people, and you're watching. I posted some videos in some of my social media. Fun watching the sports with other people.
Big fun.
And Blue, I was on it for 7 hours. Blue was watching TV show, and I apologize. I'm sorry, but she says no. You were having fun and you were enjoying it. And why would you feel sorry? And then Roger and I watched football games, 7 hours of NFL.
It was
on
awesome.
Sunday.
It was awesome.
Yeah. And it was, but it's, so for me, I didn't think I would like that aspect of it, but I do. I do like the group watching of shit. And so if we can get a couple other members on the panel to get those, we can do like a whole viewing. We can pick a time.
Yep. We just watch movies with each other. I think that would be so much fun. So
Player Pass VR.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
So
Oh,
Abin,
gosh.
you're not far
Yeah, I
from
know.
freaking Walmart. Jump on that hog and go
I
get one.
know. No, I have to order it because I'm not going to carry it on the bike with me.
Yeah, you don't want to drop that.
No, I don't want to drop it.
Just wear a backpack.
enough with the excuses. You sound like
No,
one
I
of my
could tie
damn
it down
kids.
I
Okay.
strap stuff down, but I don't know how big the box is. That's why.
It's not that big.
I got one. I can show you.
Yeah, I could grab mine too.
It's like
No.
it's like the size of a 12-pack, like the long
Yeah.
ones.
Okay. All right.
Like a
No
long
problem.
12-pack, like a what's a fridge packs.
It's like
No,
this,
because-
Bobby.
Yep, there it is right
Oh,
there.
okay.
There
Oh,
it is right there.
Yeah, it's nothing because my brother's got that HP one, and that thing is it's huge. You know.
Yeah, but some of those are really
And I-
expensive.
It's
I know,
it's
but I'd
7
rather
inches.
have that. I'd rather have that than the Oculus. I think. You know?
All right,
Yeah,
well,
17 inches long, 8 inches wide,
Okay.
6 inches deep. So there you go. There's your specs. Anybody
Oh,
go
that,
get to it.
that's nothing. That's nothing.
or if you're gonna try and
Yeah,
shop with
I
them,
thought it
really
was a good
baggy
excuse. I
All
thought
right.
it was
Well,
a good
hey,
excuse.
we'll argue about this in the after show. So
Yeah.
if you get one, look me up. Post a thing, and you can look me up. I'm the Butcher on Oculus as well as here. It's not hard to find, but it's fun to watch movies and TV or sporting events with other people. I think Alban, if he did one UFC, he's
Yes,
hooked.
exactly.
He's done.
Exactly.
He is hooked. So we'll check that out. So you guys join us on this. We'll see you guys Friday, and thanks for watching. And as Alban and Andrew said, thanks for spending an hour and a half with us. We'll see you.